Welcome. Welcome back to my channel Conquer the Fear. In this video specifically we are discussing about Java 21 features. So people who are learning to upgrade to their Java 21 features, this video is right for you. So in this video I'm going to explain how the developer life was prior to Java 21 and how the with Java 21 features the code improvement has been done. Okay, so I'm going to explain you 5 important features, and I'm going to compare side by side the old code and the new code, how you used to write that. So let us discuss the very first feature of Java 21, that is record. So if you have not heard of record, if you have heard anyone similar to Lombok, where you will be writing the annotations and then the getter, setters, the constructor and everything will be created by the annotation itself. So earlier there was an external library, but now if you look at this, this is part of this particular Java library itself. So you doesn't need to explicitly implement or have the dependency downloaded and make use of it. The now you can Java library itself provide you this particular features where once you define this particular let's say the class you want to declare, and then the getter, setters, constructor and everything you wanted to define that without you writing that particular code, then this is definitely possible. You have to just declare that particular record, and then the point over here. So instead of like public class and point, so here you're writing the record and then you're defining the attributes over here. So this is the exact syntax how you do that. Let's say we wanted to do it with the help of circle. Now here if you see, I'm taking reference of this point over here, which is itself a record, and then I'm trying to create the center and the radius of it. Okay, so this is well applicable wherever you wanted to use the classes, and where you had to explicitly write that particular getter, setter and explicitly. So here on with Java 21 you doesn't have to do that. Okay, so if you go to the pre Java version, how you used to create that. So here if you see, before this record pattern which was introduced, so what you used to do, here if you see, I have written just one line for that, but you see the amount of code which we used to write. We used to write the static class or normal class, and then as we are going to use it in the this class, that's the reason I've mentioned as a static class over here. But if you see, this is the point which you have defined, then the private, final, integers and everything. Here the constructor, here you are calling that particular method, the toString methods and everything, and then ultimately you are making use of it over here, and then you are trying to again in the constructor and add those getter, setters and etc. So but you see here, you doesn't have to do anything over here. Okay, so once you have this particular, so you see the drastic change it brought it. Now if you try to look and run this particular program, okay, you will see that this particular things, the way you used to access earlier, right? So now if you run this, you will see the object over here. You can create that instance, you can point that over here, and then create these instances over here the way you used to create it. Okay, so there is no much difference when you're trying to do the implementation part. Only the way it is created is different. So here you can see everything has been performed over here. You will be able to run this. Now let me run this and show you. Okay, now if you go to this, right, you will see here it is actually creating the instance with that particular radius, and it is printing over here. Okay, so that is how you can write this with just lot of concise and the precise way of writing it. Okay, I hope I was able to explain you the record part and how you used to do that prior in Java 21. Now let us focus on the virtual threads. Now this is one of important features which is introduced in Java 21. So basically what does it mean is that, as a crux is that instead, whenever we used to work on the multi-threading environment, and whenever we used to create the threads was actually using the OS threads, which was actually managed by the OS, and then it used to assign those particular one-on-one. But here, when we are introducing or whenever we are working with the virtual threads, this is going to be not making use of the OS thread. This is going to make use of that particular I would say threads which are internally a virtual threads has been created. So you can create any number of virtual threads which will be, you can scale it up and down. Actually, you doesn't have to worry about that. But earlier, you used to have to create that particular thread pool executor, and then you used to submit that, and then you used to sleep, and then create it over here. So here it was quite cumbersome, and it was quite heavy because it was using the OS threads. Now here it is going to make use of the threads, which is going to be the virtual threads. You can create any number of them. You have to just submit, and then you have to run it over there. So that's a huge performance impact. Now if you look at this, right, see here, the virtual threads, it is separately created, and then it is running over here. Okay. Then let's look at the third thing, that is pattern matching for switch. So earlier, whenever let's go to the switch, which we used to be earlier, right? What you used to do in the older format, we used to have this object. Then we used to check that particular instance, and then instance of the integer or not. If it is in, check for the long instance or not. This is the way you used to do that, and ultimately you used to check that. So check and other things. But after this 21 has been introduced, right, you see the drastic difference. Here you doesn't need to do the instance of and other things. It will be implicitly be taken care of with this particular thing, and then it will actually give you that particular mapping over there. So it will check that, if it is an instance of this or that or not, or the default value, you can do that. So same whatever you have written with this particular if else part, okay, you can achieve this with the switch, right? So you see under this particular thing part, you used to do that. So switch has come up with the way where we are having a pattern matching over here. So earlier, wherever we had the switch, sorry, it's not switch, but the if everything, the block, whatever you used to write, it used to be written like this now. Okay. So that's the one best advantages. Now you see here, these are all something which after post running this, you will be able to see the output. So here, if you see here, right, so here what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to hit the format switch, and over here it is going to check that, if it is integer, it is going to check whether it is a double, it is going to check whether it is a string or not. So this is going to give you the exact whatever it is, instead of writing the instance and checking those things. Then the fourth part is sequential, that is a sequential collection. Earlier, the Java 8, like, we used to do whenever we had list, right? So we used to have lot of code we have to write it to in order to get that particular. So there was a manual work to get the first element, last element, other stuff. And I will show you the code. You see here, the old way what we used to do, used to have that particular array list over here, and then what we used to do, if the list is empty or not, that check we used to check, and then ultimately we used to manually get that with the help of this particular zero. Or if you wanted the last element, you used to get that particular size -1, the last element over that, right? So this is how you used to do that. Okay. Now with linked list, what we used to do here, if you see, we used to take use of the iterator, and then used to go to the next element, the first element, to produce that with the help of this particular iterator over here. But now what we can do, we can actually, if you take a look at this, here I'm going to make use of this list, and then I'm trying to get this particular first list over here directly. So it doesn't need to have that particular logic written of getting the first element by zeroth element or something element at the last element. So these are well, methods which has been introduced. So there are all lot of other methods which already present over there, which is already part of it. But these things are the first, remove first, remove last. These are all things which has been introduced as part of this, which can be very, very handy when you are writing this particular kind of logics manually. Okay. Then, like, if you see the last implementation or the last feature, I would say, is that earlier what we used to do, whether we wanted to create a JSON, like, let's say I wanted to create a name, a message, and other things, I used to do write in this particular format. Okay. Then let's say I wanted some multi-line features, multi-line things, actually, like a JSON I wanted to create. So what we used to do, the JSON, the string builder, then we used to append this, the new line character, then we used to have this particular new line, the name, this particular tag, this all things we used to manually add that, then the new line character. So this was lot of this problematic. Anything you missed it, then the you have to write that particular whole logic, everything, and then it also be very problematic. But here, if you see, with this particular three double quotes, you can write that particular format as ever you want it, right? So you can just simply write this. It doesn't need to worry about that part. This all things will be taken care over here. Okay. So this is how we can make use of it. Okay. So here you see, I'm going to pass it over here. The first is going to replace with the name and the value, then this other thing, right? So this is going to automatically going to add that. Now you see in the output, you see here, the output is properly being printed over here with that particular date and time, right? Then the bonus feature I would like to tell you all is that here, if you see, there is a bonus pattern matching for the records. Okay. So earlier, when we have this particular without prior records, what you used to do. Okay. So here, what you used to do, you used to check that particular shape. By first, you used to check the null pointer exception is happening or not, whether it is null or not. So this condition we used to check it earlier, and then we used to check that instance of not. And then earlier, let's say if it is a circle. Okay. So we have to manually cast this particular things over here. And also here you have to call the getters methods, not the exact the record. If you see, if you check it with the record, what it is, you can directly call it with that particular name. You doesn't need to provide the getter setter method over directly. Okay. So this is one difference. Second, if you see the null pointer, which was earlier there at the starting, now it has been moved down, because first it is checking this one. So it will check whether this particular instance is of having some value or not. It is not going to throw the null pointer exception over here. Okay. So that's one benefit when you're dealing with instance of. And then let's say if it is a shape of a circle or not, and if let's say if it in case if it is happening as an null part over here, then we are throwing this exception, or else we are illegal. So this is how you do that. Okay. I hope I was able to explain you the top 5 features of Java 21, and you also got an understanding of how to make use of those, and how you can improve your old code to the new code using the Java 21 features. If this video has given you some value, please thumbs up, or if you wanted to check out my other videos, please visit my channel. So please do subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of every new video I publish. Thank you. Thank you for watching.